How to match into USMLE without ever stepping into the US. Hey guys, I am Aditi. I am a PGY-2 in Psychiatry in Boston, Massachusetts. In short, I decided to give USMLE in the last year of my med school, which is the internship. I am a 2020 graduate who applied for the match 2021. The process started in September 2020, as many of you might know. I gave my step 1, step 2, my OET. Applied without being ECFMG certified and got certified like 2 days before the rank list. Had no in-person US clinical experience, only had one tele-rotation. My research included 2 original research but only 1 small publication and 1 poster presentation. I got 8 interviews, none of them were through connections, and I matched. So here is me telling you what made me match. Like a person with the same profile could have easily not matched, and I want to share what I felt was a very important thing that helped me match. So how can networking experience help you? So when I decided to give USMLE, it was in 2019, the year I started internship, I had no idea about the cost, and I basically had one senior who was 3 to 4 years ahead of me, who I did not have a lot of contact with, and 2 immediate seniors who were still like in the same boat, had only given step 1. I remember seeing a video that said like 6 lakhs or something. I think it was a USMLE Sarthi video, and that is totally inaccurate for most people. It is possible for like some 1%, 5% people, but it's inaccurate. And what resources I need to study. I remember like after I gave my step 1, I spent 4 months kind of just applying to university programs, finding university programs that offered clinical experience, doing some research on the side, and just reading Step Up to Medicine, the book for Step 2 CK, which was honestly not required and a time waste. And that 4 months was a total uncertain period with a lot of effort that did not yield any results except maybe wisdom. How could it have gone differently if I networked? So like for example, in colleges like AIMS Delhi, Nepal, the country, Manipal, some of the South colleges, they have a certain percentage that apply to USMLE every year. So the seniors and generations have gone through the process, so they already know, oh, these are the 10 university programs that offer clinical experience, and like how Mayo Clinic only offers experience below like till 4th year. They don't count internship as medical school, so you have to apply before that. What kind of CV to apply to when you're applying to the Harvard, University of Alabama clinical experiences. Like you don't have to search the internet, and you don't have to ask random people for the list. The list is already there. That saved you a month. Another really important example was paid rotations. The general perception I had was that if you do it from a university program, the residency programs and the places you will interview will consider it good, and if you do a paid rotation, it will be considered shady, and that's not true. Paid rotations were somewhat cheaper. A lot of times in the university programs, you had exact schedules. Like if you wanted to book within a week, you could book it within a week. You could get your B1, B2 visa because you already had an actual letter confirming, and you did not have to wait 6 months. Obviously, university LORs are better respected or have more value, but in no way is paid rotation shady, and they have the value of a US LOR. So just like we waited so many months waiting for the university programs to reply, and we could not apply for the visa, and if we just got one paid rotation, it would have been okay, So just like that, lack of insight can be overruled if you know people who have done it before. Networking can also get you really good feedback on your personal statement, your ERAS application. So what is networking? Like, remember if you were in school and you wanted to play music, you would try to you'll hang out with other people who maybe played the piano or enjoyed singing or who had the same bands that you liked. And then maybe you would hang out after class, or you would go and attend a music class and try to learn from another teacher, or hang out with other people who were also playing, right? So you could learn better. So first, who in your batch or senior batch or junior batch in your medical school is giving USMLE? This is not a competition among the 3 people or 4 people, but it really helps if you stick together, and it can be a source of actual resources support, but also a lot of moral support. Forming study groups, sharing resources, sharing offline NBMEs, stuff like that really helps. Who do you know from your medical college who has gone into the US? Can you contact them? For research, I know that doing research in the US is good, but talk to the professors in your medical college and ask them that this is what you're planning, this is the kind of research you want to do, and let them guide you. They will tell you what are the research options you can do in your medical college, and a published paper in a journal is a published paper in a journal, regardless of whether it was published in the States or India. And even in the Indian research can be published in NEJM and the top journals. So good research is good research anywhere. Medical student associations like AMSA, All India Medical Student Association, or Medical Student Association of India are 2 associations which have USMLE resources, but also have a lot of activities that you can collaborate in. So this is a good place to find volunteer work, projects, and connect with other people. But I would strongly also urge that most of like American Psychiatric Association, American Medical Association, American Association of Gastroenterology, all of these allow international membership, and for medical students most of them are free. So being a part of this allows you to attend their conferences, gives you regular like kind of emails, telling you what events are happening. So it kind of gives you a nudge, oh, I should participate in that event, and that really shows that you are proactive and you're interested. I attended the AGAP and the APA meetings while I was a medical student applying for USMLE, and I got to interact with so many professors, so many residents, and so many of them are helpful and are wanting to connect and give out the contact information and are willing to collaborate on projects. So while being a student or being in a country other than the US, you can write case reports with them, you can write review articles, or they may have done the research and you can help write even trials, and you can have a paper published in the American journal or a prestigious journal without ever working with them in person. I was also a part of the Psychiatry Student Association that was called Psych Sign, and they had like mentorship opportunities, and one of the mentors who helped me go over my personal statement was someone totally unknown to me, and I had found him through that. So really helpful, really encourage you to participate in conferences and reach out to people to that. So this is a hot tidbit that I found out totally by accident. Between June to September, residency programs tend to hold these residency fairs. This is basically the program director, the associate program director, the residents. They come together, and initially they tend to hold a presentation about the program, which is amazing. It's amazing for multiple reasons, because you get to know exactly what they value in the program and what the program thinks the program is about. So if I say, oh, I really love your population that you serve, I really love that you guys focus on patient care, but a lot of the programs will say, oh, we are really invested in, let's say, the homeless population or the low socioeconomic status population. So when you are interviewing with them, you know that this is what they consider important, and this is, if you are passionate about that, that you should emphasize those points. Or you also get to interact with the residents, and the residents will tell you why they chose the program. So you get a lot of information that you can add in your interview and personal statement when applying to that specific program. For smaller specialties like psychiatry, neuro, surgery, radio, where there are less people applying, you can also interact with program directors and associate program directors, introduce yourself, introduce why you attended this fair. So I think it's like really nice. But I know for medicine programs, a lot of them have like 200 people, so it's difficult to actually make one-on-one connections. The other major chunk which I feel has really changed USMLE for applicants is social media. Twitter and LinkedIn, I feel, are far like the best for reaching out to residents and program directors. And so make a Twitter account, make a LinkedIn account, kind of update about yourself. Like in Twitter, you can even post like, hi, for me, like myself, I would say, hi, I'm Aditi Aggarwal, I am interested in psychiatry, I am finally a medical student, hoping to interact with the Twitter medical community. And for each specialty, they have their own community. Like if you go under the hashtag psych Twitter, you will find a lot of psych residents and program directors. And if you email 1,000 people, it's very difficult to get a response. But medical Twitter community is amazing, and I can go on and on about it. But make an account, follow all the people who are in the specialty as you are, and you can find people to collaborate with, people who are willing to give feedback on your statement and application, and yeah, a lot of information, a lot of people. Twitter and LinkedIn are great ways to also showcase what you are doing and kind of have a continued connection with a lot of people without necessarily individually having a conversation. So like if you did a volunteer activity, you can post about that. You read a good article, you can post about that. You had a publication, you can post about that. I think it allows you to and program directors, residents will follow you back. So I know that like people have gone to interviews and they're like, yeah, I already know this guy from Twitter. And isn't that amazing? Like somebody who's never stepped in the States, a professor who's 20 years senior to me knows me through Twitter. Isn't that amazing? And a lot of people post about collaboration opportunities. I'm working on this book chapter. Are you interested in working with me? Is anybody interested in working with me? Please DM. Some people actually reached out to me about some work they're doing and were wondering if I wanted to be a part of it. And you can get like very genuine feedback on your statements and applications if you reach out to people. But again, be humble, be respectful, and be very grateful for any help that you get on these platforms. LinkedIn is very similar, but I love that you can show your CV. So you can really upload like any article that you may have published or any association that you have been a part of, or where you're exactly from, what your med college is. So if they actually open you, they already have like a bio data of you. So I think it's a really good feature about it. And you can even publish LinkedIn articles, and they also count to some extent. So that's pretty cool. You can follow me on Twitter, Dr. Aditi-Life. I'll check the link below. Instagram and YouTube, I feel, are really good for sources, like to follow mnemonics, flashcards, to find people who are mentoring students. And YouTube obviously is amazing for information. I felt like the most of the information I got was from YouTube, but it is easier to make individual connections on Twitter and LinkedIn. And I really, really recommend you apply these information, because it's like you suddenly have access to all these people that it would have been impossible to have access to. And they're really supportive and they're really kind, and suddenly doors have opened for you that otherwise you would not have even known that exist. So really recommend these platforms. Cold call emails. So I know this is like what people used to do in the past. Do emails work? I feel they do. I know my friends, a lot of other people that I know got research positions in Mayo Clinic, MGH, and other places like BU through sending cold emails. What does cold mean? Just like sending big emails of asking to be seen or considered without any connection. So you say like, hi, I'm this Aditi Aggarwal. I am a graduate from this medical college. I'm really interested in the research you're doing. I have been reading these articles. This is my prior work in this, and I was wondering if you're looking for a if you have a research position, or if there's a way to collaborate with you. Having a university email helps, because if you're emailing from your own personal email, it sometimes gets filtered out. Knowing if the person has a research position available, that also helps. Sometimes email the coordinator or even text the coordinator on LinkedIn to find out about positions. But people have gotten research positions at Mayo Clinic all the time by sending cold emails, so they definitely work. That's it for today, folks. Thank you, Manik, for motivating me to make this video. Smash hit subscribe button and like this video if you found it helpful. Let me know your questions and queries in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel for more USMLE content and navigating life in general.